So, good morning to all of you. This is the classroom video series, and in which we discuss about basically I discussed whatever I learned my entire days and basically in classroom and the day when I don't attend my classes, and I discuss about those things that I learn and try to understand myself. So today I studied about mainly 4 or 5 topics uh, in the broader sense. Firstly, I studied about in C language 2 main topics: string and structure. Then I uh, attend my examination, Gita examination. Then I mm, uh, watch a biography of author George Orwell, mm, who has also written a novel 1984 that described the cruelty of the governance, the modern governance, and mainly the uh, we can say uh, communist opposite uh, who are economist, what we call Punjipati, Punjiwadi. Huh? So it is a great slab on Punjiwadi uh, Vichardhara, and also I uh, uh, a little bit discovered and try to understand his a major work, that is Animal Farm, and it is interesting creation, Animal Farm. And this in this creation the George Orwell described the uh, cruelty of the modern society, mainly the authoritarian society, the governance mainly, and capitalists, mainly capitalists, so who how they oppress and they um, treat the most of the people of our society as slave, and how they command on us by several ways, and how they oppress uh, the poor people and the people who are actually economically uh, uh, weak. Hmm. So in this creation, he depicted this all situation by the story of some animals. He is trying to depict all the situation with the farm farmhouse, and he tried to show all the things that occurs in our society by the situation, by comparing the situation with the farmhouse, animal farmhouse. So everyone should try to know that, understand that creation, the Animal Farm, George Orwell. So, and before that I um, uh, sit for the examination, Gita examination, in which I uh, appears almost four question papers. Two are in Hindi and two are in uh, English. The two are in which one is easy or one was tough, both Hindi and English. The easier question was almost 13 and the harder one was 12, and the similar pattern was the English too. So I appear for that exam, and it is quite interesting for me, and also uh, awakening and self examine, we can say, when I sit for the examination, mainly Gita examination. Actually, I am not uh, trying to uh, analyze my ability, but my real ability, my real potential, my inner condition through those examination, uh, whatever the question, uh, hmm, not only single question, but each and every question and option almost uh, become hurdle uh, on front of our traditional and uh, uh, traditional and what is uh, 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 ritualistic patterns. So it was quite mm, good. And before that, I learned about a structure in C. So a structure is a user defined uh, what user defined function, we can say. It is defined by user, and a structure user defined data type, not function, which contains several types of data. And we have also studied about arrays. So array is also a user defined data type, but the difference between array and structure is that array contains the similar data type in itself, but the structure contains different type of data type. It can contains integer as well as character, as well as float, as well as double, and many other types of mm, data type. But in case of array, you can store only one type of data type. If initially you have stored a character type data, then you have to store the entire array only character type datas. So that is the main difference between a structure, and mainly a structure are introduced to uh, collect the datas from real life. If you have to store the humans, the students, the employees data, you can't store those data in the array format. Uh, for storing the data of a student, the people, employee, and whatever the professions are found in our society, the data will always, those all data will always stored in a format of a structure. Firstly, you have to hmm, define a structure. Firstly, we define any structure by a structure, a structure name. Then we defined all data types and the names of and the names of variables. Then we call it in the main function. We can say call it, but the better word is for in better word is for this is initialization. So we initialize this in the main function. How we initialize this? By using a struct and the name of the structure with a small and short format of the structure name. So we can initialize that. Suppose I have to store the data of a student. I have a student not one student but two students. So how a structure is defined? So a structure, just struct a student, hmm, that's fine. Struct a student. Now we can define it. What can be the properties, what can be the detail of a student. So it can have some roll numbers. So the int roll, and it can have some marks, CGPA, percentile marks, or the percentile in the previous class. So we can easily store the percentile in the previous class. So the percentile will be in the uh, decimal format, in the fractional format. So we can take it float percentile, per. And the other type of data can it have the main data, that is name itself in character format. We don't write it text format, because every text is a type of character. Every symbol, every notation, every written words are a form of character. So easily we can say any type of name as character. So char name, the length can be of 100 or 15 words. Suppose 100 words. Size will be 100. We can store 100 names. So now we can close this. So we have defined this structure. Now in the main section, int main, we can initialize this. Initialize means we can provide it values. So how we can provide these structure values? For providing values, uh, we can simply use the name of a structure, struct student. So if you have to uh, initialize the details for S1, student 1, we will write here S1. Fine. Then we can easily write roll. So S1 dot roll equal to 24. Fine. Then float value percentage, S1 dot per equal to 84.7. Now we have the name. So any name will be in the which format? String format, like Siddharth. So what is this? This is a type of string. Any word, any sentence is nothing but string. So we can write this S1 dot name dot Siddharth. Fine. But not fine. This is incorrect. These two are correct, but this third one is incorrect. You will ask why. So this name is that we entered here, initialized here. It is in the format of string here. But the name that we declared here, its format is in the array format. It can contain 100 names. So what is this in the big bracket? What is written like this? Array. So this here name is defined as array and initialized like string. So for this, what we will do, we will use the a condition of string in which we can easily copy the value of this string into this array format. Huh? So fine, let's do this. So we can write here string str copy cpy, then in a big break, in a small bracket. Now we can easily write uh, what we have to do, name. So s1 dot name, fine. Here is the Siddharth. Right? So we can use this method to initialize any string type or data type data. Now we can easily print it by using the print function. Print uh, printf percentage d for roll, percentage d, we can say s1 dot roll. Similarly, we can use for percentage and name. Name we will write this only, s1 dot name. Percentage is if for string percentage is, for percentage f s1 dot percent. So by this we can print this all, but we have one more way to initialize these all the data. We can also use a simple method for initializing this all. So we can use the method of simply you have to write this structure name struct student. We can write here struct student. For a student s1, fine, we can easily write here. So first thing is what, roll number. So roll number easily enter here 24. What is this percentile? 84.6 percentile. And for name we can easily enter here. Now here we have to not the follow that the previous rule. We have to convert the integer and copy the value. So here we have to not use that the previous format. So it is quite easy from the previous one. So we can use this one line method of initialization of any structure. Fine. Fine. So now we can see the fast manner all the things that I have studied in the today's class. String format specifier, so if we try to discuss the strings from beginning, strings, a character array terminated by a /0, that is called null. \0, it is terminated by \0, and it is this \0 is called as the null character. We can use this. For example, character name, we can enter any character name one by one. and in the end, at the end, we will use the null character backslash 0. Uh, Initializing string. uh, we initialize string in the same format: char name, big bracket, then in the middle bracket we introduce the all character one by one, and at the end we will use the null character. We can is also initialize any character in the format of a single word like this. What happens in memory? It uh, allocate contiguous memory like similar to array, and that's why it is also called a character array. hmm. String is also a type of character array that stores the characters. hmm. Fine. So string format specifier. So string format is a specifier in which we have to just uh, take the input from the user and then print it. uh, and for this taking input, use modular is slash the name of our user data type. Scanf cannot input multiple words string with the space. Mm. Here get is and pull is come into the picture, and if get is these days get is are not used, but at the place of get is we use if get is. And if get is, we have to firstly introduce the string, then the size of the not size, this is the what is in here string is in here. Get is for what? Input a string, and put is for output, displaying output. But what is in, brother? String using I have cut out get is and if get is str and this n and file name. Fine. String using pointers: char string hello, store string in memory, and assigned address is stored in the char pointer string. Hello world, string hello world. So the major difference between the string using pointer and when string not using pointer, it is using array. So when we are using string pointer, it can reinitialize the input, but when we are using the array type, we can't reinitialize. Count the length of string. We discussed standard library functions too, in which we discussed about string length, count number of characters, and we also saw the string copy that we were used in the structure uh, uh, initialization of string type. And we also saw the string cat uh, concatenation, means joining two string with each other. uh, String cat, first string then second string. It will first second string will be joined in the first string without any space. strcmp, string comparison, we can compare two string, means how much the string one, not how much each uh, first string first is bigger than the second string, or the smaller than the, or shorter than the previous or first string. When the first string will be the smaller and the second string will be the larger, it will display the -1. And when the first string will be the bigger and second string will be the smaller, then it will be display the +1, positive number. Hmm. When it will be the 0, the comparison will be the 0, means both the string are of same length. Hmm. So these all are performed by comparison of the ASCII value. Hmm. And then after we discussed and solved a lot of questions, and we I can say that everything is in the question, solving questions more and more of any topic. So I have just learned almost 4 and 5 concepts, a small concept, but when I went to the understand the questions of the string and structure too, that is quite interesting and quite mind-blowing. The main concept are being cleared when we are going to solve the questions, not by understanding the theory we can grab the concept and the uh, funda of any topic of language. For understanding, for better understanding, you have to fight with the questions, you have to practice lots and lots questions. So I have observed, and I almost invested my 5 to not 5 to 6, but more than that 7 to 8 hours today, just in these two topics, string and structure. Even though structure is the questions, some questions of structure remain to solve and are quite impending. So structures. Structure is a collection of different data type, as I previously said. Uh, for a student, store the following like name, roll number, CGPA. Syntax is quite simple, that I already discussed you. And it allocates memory structure. It makes different memory for different data type. For name, a different memory location. For roll number, a different memory location. For CGPA, a different memory location. But they all are contiguous. They are not, you can't say these are non-contiguous. Structure are stored in contiguous memory location. Then we solved the write a program to store the data of 3 students. That question was quite interesting, and for that I have to firstly took a header file of studio.h. Then also I have introduced a new header file that is include string.h for initializing and defining the string type of data in this question. After that, I also the benefits of a structure. So less need of variables in this. We have to need just 2 or 3 variables that we initially defined in the structure formatting. We use those all variables in the entire uh, structure, and it is also a good management of memory. We will mainly use the concept of structure in uh, data structure, and data structure is also called is calling itself a structure. Means when you have to manage data efficiently, you have to command on the structure. So it's a very important topic, and we can also introduce array of a structure. In a structure we use arrays. How we use arrays? Just on the place of array, on the place of the uh, h1 h2 a student's name, we can use the array of a students at the place of one a student. The where in the structure where we are storing the value of single student, we can store in that same structure an array of details of students. So we can store here uh, the computer uh, engineering or IT students, and it is very easy to access this all. Like just you have to access how, just give to the name that is introduced in the definition section, and you have to just uh, uh, point the location position in the form of index, then dot rule. At the place of h1 you have to just write that the array like part. So it is quite simple, and the all other process are similar. huh? And how it works for a single uh, type of structure. By using array we can store uh, the details, more detail at a same place. Initialization of a structure, it is quite simpler. As I previously told you, we can initialize those all in the longer format as well as this shorthand format in a single line. Just you have to struct a student s1, and in the definition section whatever data type you have defined, you can directly enter those and initialize those here. Huh. And you have not any data, just you can put also 0 to for all those defined data that will enter 0. Then pointer to a structure, uh, and the place of array we discussed pointer. Pointer and in pointer we use pointer in the mainly two format. For pointer you can use asterisk p dot roll number for printing the values, and we also use the not only pointer but also arrow pointer, arrow pointer in the format of arrow. You can see where I have written it. So here for printing the values we can use this array pointer. Just asterisk ptr on the place of ptr, asterisk ptr, we can use ptr arrow, then the which section you want to print, like roll dot roll, uh, not dot, we not use the dot. On the place of dot we will use the arrow. So the role name and whatever the data type you have defined in the structure formation. After that, type def keyword, that is one important concept in the structure. A type def keyword says that when you have to create alias for a data type, there is a big name of a structure uh, present. So by using the concept of alias you can reduce it in a single uh, hmm, just a single character, a set of character. So we have initially initialized the struct computer engineering student. This is a quite longer name, but don't worry. Just in define your all data type: int, role, float, CGPA, char name, uh, and for the using or making alias of this structure, just you have to add a keyword here, that is type def, and at the end, uh, after the curly phrases, you have to write the short format of that big name of a structure and then terminate it by the semicolon. And you can use this terminated small format anywhere for calling or this structure, for using this structure, initializing this structure in the main function. So it was a quite interesting uh, concept for me, the type def. So that's all I have for today. Thank you very much to all. Thank you, thank you, thank you.